What's up, YouTube? Let's fix this. What is up with this? Wrong way. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. What's up, YouTube? So I'm live right now on YouTube and TikTok. We're gonna have some chit chat. We're going to I'm waiting on an Instacart order, so we're doing all of that. Y'all can see, for those of you guys that are following me on YouTube, y'all won't see this, but those of you guys that are following me live on TikTok, y'all will see my YouTube subscriber count. Please go and join. I have a big announcement that's going to be coming up on Monday. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. I have a problem holding a secret. But it is what it is. I will start telling y'all now, though. I did go ahead and open up a new Discord server that is just for me, just the Blue Bodie. It is just where you can find me everywhere. So if you guys don't know where to find me on YouTube, if you don't know where to find me on TikTok, on Twitch, on any of those things, there is now a Discord server just for that. Please go join, go hang out, go do all the things. Yeah. I had a really bad experience on Discord when in 2022 when my TikTok first like really blew up. And I've had kind of a sour taste in my mouth, but I felt like it was time to open a Discord back up. So yeah. For those of you guys, I see a lot of you guys on TikTok asking some questions about being a subscriber. Here's what I'm going to tell you, and here's what I'm going to tell all of you guys. Sorry, I'm watching Instacart stuff. I've heard from a lot of you that TikTok is not allowing you to renew your subscriptions. They're not allowing you to renew anybody's subscriptions. I am going to advise you guys to go ahead and cut off your subscription on TikTok and go over to YouTube instead. The good thing about YouTube is this, and this should make y'all happy, and it's going to be some incentive for y'all to go subscribe or I'll become members on YouTube. I have had a YouTube channel for a long time, okay? So there are years of classes, there are years of vlogs, there are years of all kinds of stuff. I went through today. It took me forever to get all the way to the end. And I went ahead and opened up and released some older classes that are no longer on my website for those of you guys that are members on YouTube. Now, I also opened up some group Reiki sessions. I also opened up a couple of soul retrievals and things like that, so you guys can go and watch them. I wanted to make sure that those of you guys that were loving enough to follow me over to YouTube got more than I can give you on TikTok. Unfortunately, on TikTok, I mean, we're limited to 10-minute videos. It's not YouTube, obviously. But I am a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, about the whole fate of TikTok going forward. And I know that a lot of you guys know that it feels different. It just feels different now. I feel like I'm working in some big company and we all just got a new boss and no one knows who's getting laid off. And I don't like that feeling. So I am going to invite all of you guys over here on TikTok to come and follow me on YouTube. This is my channel, my subscriber count right there. Also, if you go to my link tree at the very top of it, the link on my profile here on TikTok, y'all will see all of my socials right there, including the new Discord server. Please come and hang out and enjoy. I'm going to read some cards this evening. I was looking for something the other day, and I came across this card deck. This is the Urban Crow. I really hate the video up there on YouTube. We'll fix that for next time. I'm not mirrored, and so it looks weird. I feel like my face looks weird. Anyway, I came across the Urban Crow Oracle deck. I got this deck in 2020, actually early 2021. I lied, early 2021. It was gifted to me for my birthday. I used to call this the asshole deck because it kind of pulls no punches. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of pulls no punches, but I still love it. It's a great deck. So I realized I hadn't read with it in a long time. This is literally the first edition, the very first edition of this. I love that. I love that I'm cool enough to have a first edition, but so for some stupid reason, I have up over here, I guess the president is making it says massive announcement at the White House, but I mean, to be honest, I've had it muted, so I don't know what this massive announcement was, and I can't handle the chat. But it's an infrastructure initiative. I'm a little curious about what that is. Been following that kind of closely, but anyway. Let's see who I've got on my list. There's a few tickets left today, a few small tickets. Let's say that. And I'm actually going to kind of lower how many tickets I have available today, because we all know that I like to chat. And this is all about chatting, getting to hang out, all that stuff. So Miss Amy Larson, you are first. And before I start Miss Amy's, I want to say this. I saw somebody earlier that was like, hey, where are all the tarot readers on TikTok? Oh, we're still here. But in case you guys didn't know, TikTok has completely wiped your For You page. So the reason you're seeing all kinds of stuff and not your normal people that you watch is because the algorithm it's changed. You have to go into your settings and you have to use those little sliders to decide what it is that you want to see. I kind of like it in a way, and then I don't at the same time. You know what I mean? It's interesting. So yeah, for all of you guys that follow me here on TikTok, please come follow me up here on YouTube, right there. All right, Miss Amy, are you ready? I see a couple of you saying, I just canceled my subscription over here. I'm so sorry. Don't be. Okay. I'm trying to move all of, I realistically know that 594,000 people are not going to magically follow me on YouTube, but I'm going to try to move as many of you guys over because Trump only gave 75 days for TikTok before they have to sell. And I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just done. All right. Ready, Miss Amy? I'm so sorry, Punk. Is he okay? All right, Miss Amy. Thank you, Finn. I was going to say something before I got distracted by my own brain, and now I don't know what I was going to say, so it's all right. So it's okay. For those of you guys on TikTok that enjoy the community over here, please come follow us on YouTube. Y'all will have the same community there. Yeah. 2nd degree burns on his chest, but he's okay. I am so sorry. Thank you, Odin and Bruni. I appreciate that. All right. Miss Amy. Why you gotta start off hard? I don't understand. You have anomaly, wrath, displacement, and warning. So let's chat. When I get done with Amy's reading, we'll talk about what kind of things I have in store for when that number goes up. Miss Amy. You start off with the anomaly card, and notice that this is, let me angle it up here. You know what, YouTube, hold on a minute here. There we go. Let's do that. Let's do that. Y'all's a little too bright. There we go. You start off with the anomaly card here. So this is the white raven. Um, I I personally have never seen a white raven out in the wild. I've seen one at a zoo, but I've never seen one out in the wild. Um, when this card pops up in this deck in particular, this means that there's something completely out of the ordinary. Not only is it completely out of the ordinary, but this is like something that makes you pause and look, because I want you guys to think about it. If y'all ever saw a white raven out in public, out in the wild, out wherever, would you not stop, pull out your phone? You'd be recording it. You'd be all the things, right? If you ever saw a white raven in person, you would probably kind of flip shit slightly. I would 100% flip shit, because when I saw one in the zoo, I flipped shit. But so this anomaly that's about to pop up, and to be honest, I think that this is within the next couple of weeks. When this anomaly pops up, it's a major shift, a major split in your life, okay? This anomaly is not something that's just, hey, let's pause and stare at this white raven. Let's all sing kumbaya and, hit the drums and be happy. It's not that. This is a complete pause, stop, hard stop in your path, because the next card you have is the Wrath card. Not only is this anomaly a hard stop, I don't think that you've been this angry in a long time. I don't think that you've been this angry in a very long time. And I hate that. Whatever this anomaly is that pops up, it lights some crazy kind of fire underneath you. And it's one of those things. I've been like having this cough all day, so y'all get to see me drink my ADHD 4 drinks. It's weird. It's like a little bitty thing right there. I can feel it. This wrath is so bad and frustrating. And what I'm going to say is this, because the feeling I get from this card is that I think that this anomaly makes you blow up. I think that this anomaly makes you 100% blow up. And I think that this is out of the ordinary for you. I don't think that you're someone that just randomly blows up. I don't think that you're someone that has all these problems and you're just always an ass. I don't think that in any way you are someone that normally reacts like this to any kind of anomalous behavior. But yet here it is. So when this wrath happens, it causes a big problem. And it could be that this wrath is just you speaking up at work. It could be that this wrath is something happens at, I don't know if you have kids or whatever, but you know how when something happens to your kid at school and suddenly you mama bear, and then suddenly like your kid can't go there anymore. Been there, done that. My kid didn't get kicked out of school. Let me say that. I'll tell you the story here in a minute because it doesn't matter. So this wrath, whatever this is that pushes you to blow up, causes a displacement. This displacement is going to be a major shift. I don't know if this is you need to move, if this is you have to suddenly have a new car. I don't know what this is. I feel like this relates to home, though. Okay. I feel like this relates to home. So I don't know if this is a move, if this is, I don't know what this is, but it has to do with home, with your house. So whatever this anomaly is, when it pops up, I think that it's going to pop up, and then within a couple of days is when this wrath sets in. I don't think that the anomaly itself makes you mad. I mean, it does, but I think that what is going to happen, this takes a couple of days to fully sink in. And when it fully sinks in, that's when this happens. Now, I really don't feel good about this card line. Like, I really don't. I really don't feel good about this. I don't like it. But let me say this, okay? Because this last card is the warning card, okay, Miss Amy? The warning card is, this tells me that this, while it is not something I'm happy to read for you, it's temporary. It's temporary. It's a warning. Now, I'm going to liken it to, I have a shrine to Kali. It's literally right there. She's been in and out of my life for a hot minute. When she comes in, I know that destruction is on the way. And I'm gonna kind of tell you this a little bit, because I feel like this particular story relates to this, because this was a warning to me, and this is the kind of warning I feel this line is for you, Miss Amy. Okay. When Kali came back into my life in 2020, I fought it hardcore. I was not ready for destruction. In fact, I was dating somebody. I mean, we lived together. Everything was hunky dory, and I was comfortable. I was comfortable. And that right there should tell you exactly what's coming up. If you do not know this already about me, if you haven't followed me for a while, she popped up in my face. Can't ignore it. And then I got dumb and got a Moldavite ring. It wasn't dumb. It was time. And literally within 4 months of her popping up, my relationship was over. I moved, started all the way over. And those two things were horrible, because I really, really was like, I was comfortable in this relationship. No, I thought nothing was wrong. That anomaly, that wrath, and that displacement for me forced me to take a hardcore look at myself. It forced me to do a lot of shadow work. It forced me to take a look at why I allowed myself to be comfortable, why I didn't see this anomaly coming. Okay. But the warning was this: when you get comfortable, you get complacent. When you get comfortable, you get complacent. After this anomaly, this wrath, this displacement for me personally, when I was looking at this warning and what was going on, I also suddenly had my TikTok blow up. I gained a lot of celebrity clients, 10 within just a couple of months. So while it was a warning, and while it was horrible, and I was angry for a while about it, thank you, Miss Anna. I was angry for a while about it. Every time I feel like I'm getting complacent, I'm getting comfortable, that pops back in my head. And that's exactly what this is for you, Miss Amy. Hello in London. How's the weather over there today? I hope it's warmer than it is here. London's on my bucket list now. It used to not be. I'm going to pause Miss Amy's read for a minute. London's on my bucket list now. It used to not be. I'm not going to lie. It used to not be. But I have made some friends with some really amazing people via gaming, via TikTok, etc. And I need to come visit y'all. I need to come visit y'all over there in the UK. I need to come visit a lot of y'all over there in the UK. So yeah. So yeah. I hope that you have a good evening over there. Um So, Miss Amy, when this happens, this anomaly, this wrath, this displacement, this is 100% a warning. And while it's happening, I don't think that you're going to be able to, in the moment, go, oh, yeah, I remember this. Oh, yeah, she told me this was going to happen. Oh, yeah. I don't think that's going to happen because when you're going through the shit that's in the front of this, um, dude, it fucking blows. I'm not going to lie. It fucking blows. And I'm really hating that I chose to use this deck today, but apparently it's something you need to know. This is a warning, and it's a warning for you going forward. Apparently, you have been maybe a little stubborn and didn't want to look at the warning signs, didn't want to look at what was going on, didn't want to look at any of the things that led up to this. And that's why this has to happen. It is a destruction of something. It is 100% a destruction of something. Okay. But I am going to remind you that you have to empty your bucket or empty some stuff out of your bucket before you can move forward. You know what I mean? Before you can add more in there. Just saying. Okay. So thanks for being hard right off the bat. Thanks for being so hard right off the bat, Amy. You guys up there on YouTube, the camera just looks weird. I don't like it. I'll have to fix it next time. Miss Jennifer Archer, you are next. Hey, everybody over there. What's up, Brett? What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Sarah? What's up, Mama Lisa? All right, Miss Jennifer. You know what? I feel like it's both of these, so you're getting 5. And this is where I'm going to say that if you don't follow all of your favorite TikTokers everywhere, please make sure you do. Please make sure you do. Okay. I know a lot of people are divesting their, notice I used a big word there that TikTok is supposed to be. A lot of people are divesting their TikTok following other places. So I'm just saying what I'm saying. So let me tell you the story real quick about what I was talking about with your kid getting hurt at school. And so y'all didn't think something really bad. I mean, it was bad, but so when Kirsten was in first grade, her teacher that she had that year was pregnant and went into labor early and left. So it took forever for them to get a good substitute in there. They basically weren't doing anything. They finally got a good substitute in there. The kids loved her. And then they decided that they weren't going to hire her. They were going to hire the principal's friend, or I don't remember. She was either related to the principal or the principal's friend. And when that happened, a kid got transferred into my kid's class. He hadn't been in there before. And at this point, I was the homeroom mom. I was the head of the PTA. Literally, I was the president of the PTA. And I was there for everything, all the Santa shop stuff, all that stuff, except one day. One day, I had a funeral to go to, so I couldn't be there. And of course, during a funeral, you turn your phone off. I get out to my car, and my phone has been blowing up from a friend of mine. Her name is Jennifer at the school. So she texts me. She was like, I have your kid with me. Call me immediately. Well, enough said. I'm freaking out. Okay. So I called Jennifer. Apparently, this young kid, this young boy that got transferred into my daughter's class, had grabbed my daughter by the throat and the side of the head and was banging her head into the concrete wall at school. Hit her really hard a couple times. And he told the teachers that he was playing a brain sucker game, but my daughter had a handprint on her throat. And if y'all have not seen Kay a lot, okay, Kay is tiny. Like Kay is shorter than me. She is like this super little teeny tiny thing, right? In first grade, she was mega tiny. She was a cheerleader and she was the flyer because she was so little. My ass flew up to that school and I was livid because they would not allow Kirsten to call her dad and they would not allow my friend Jennifer to take Kirsten home. So Jennifer was waiting at the school. If y'all ever thought that, let me just say that is one of the maddest and scaredest I've been in my life. I pick up my kid. I tell the principal I will be in to see her in the morning. And I promptly take my kid to the emergency room. My kid has a concussion. I'm pissed. Her dad is pissed. And her dad is like redneck and he was ready to burn the town down. The next morning we go in there and the teacher assures me, or not the teacher, the principal assures me that she's taken care of it. She's talked to him. Bullshit. This is a first grader that has like really hurt my first grader, a larger boy and a really tiny girl. And by this point also, I have heard from several other moms who were in the room who managed to stop it when they like he hit her twice really hard before the other parents could get to him. And I had already heard everybody's account and everyone's account matched except this kid's. I also found out that this kid was his parents were best friends with the principal and that he had already been moved twice out of 2 other first grade classes. There were 4 first grade classes. He's already been out of 2. He was on to his 3rd. I cannot explain to you guys how angry I was. I cannot explain to you guys how angry I was. They were not going to move him out of her class. They were not going to move her out of that class. They were not going to punish him. He was getting nothing at all except a talking to from the principal. And I said, okay, well, then I'm going to go ahead and file a police report. And she flipped out, of course. No, you don't need to do that. I did anyway. Obviously, nothing came of it, but I did. I went back home. We had kept Kirsten out of school. I went back home, talked to her dad, explained to him he was ready to go up to the school. And I said, no. I don't feel like my kid is safe there, and I'm not sending her back. And we talked about it for the rest of the day. He agreed with me right off the bat. He agreed with me. I pulled my kid out of school the following day. The following week, because there was a long 3-day weekend. I pulled my kid out of school the next, like when they went back to school. I hand delivered a letter to the superintendent that I was resigning from the PTA. I was not going to be a part of any of that from that elementary school anymore. I also filed a formal complaint against the principal and so on. So that is what I was referring to. That is what I was referring to about, when your kid gets hurt at school. Yeah. That's how things work in Oklahoma. Nepotism. So there's that. Now that I've brought the mood down, let's pick the mood back up. YouTube, I think I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit because I don't know. I don't know. So yeah. It actually got worse with that school. It got worse. My youngest stepson was on an IEP. So those of you guys that know, thank you over there, Bobby. I appreciate that. Those of you guys that know what an IEP is. The superintendent's daughter was the head of the special education program and did not have a degree for that. And her husband was the coach for 2 or 3 different things, also a history teacher, and then was the dean of discipline at a high school. They created him a thing. Both of them were making triple digits in a very, very teeny tiny town it's a poor school district. Both of them were making 6-figure salaries, triple digits. You know what I mean? They were making 6-figure salaries. It got really, really bad with that. And we ended up pulling all of our kids out of that school district and homeschooling them until we moved to Stillwater to allow them to go to school there. So my 3 boys actually graduated from Stillwater. Well, Chance didn't. He graduated from Kellyville, but he wanted to go back and I don't know why. Anyway, long story short, we got them audited. It was great. It was fun. I had them on recording. They pulled Dennis and I into the office and I recorded all on my phone. They were telling us they were not going to give our boys credit for their first semester of high school. Chase broke his foot in a real bad football accident and had to have surgery, like pins. It was really bad. And he did all of his homework. He passed everything. They said they weren't going to give him credit for it because he missed school. Brody has asthma. He's had asthma since he was like little bitty. He had a waiver. He carried his inhaler, everything. Well, he missed the exact number of days that you could miss, even though he had doctor's notes. So they weren't going to, because this was their way of punishing us. Right. And so when we both just politely said, I don't agree with this, they threatened to call the police on us. They said we were being combative. And they threatened to call the police on us. And of course, then Dennis immediately wanted to be combative. And I said, well, I'm recording this whole conversation, so please go ahead and call the police. They declined to call the police. They did ask us to leave. So we pulled our kids out of school. Their school system is horrible. Just saying what I'm saying. And unfortunately, I know that happens a lot, especially in smaller towns. Reminiscing old times in the big city. How about I read from Miss Jennifer Archer instead? Yeah. How about that? All right, Miss Jennifer. I haven't even turned your cards over. Community. Isn't that funny? We're just talking about community. Battle. Trickery. Displacement and resistance. Okay. All right. I'm looking to see. I don't understand this. It says delivery by like 2 minutes from now, but the person hasn't left yet. So I don't understand. But okay. All right. Miss Jennifer, you start off with community. Okay. Start off with community. Then you have battle. Then you have trickery. And then these two came out together. So you have displacement, but on top of that, you have resistance. Okay. Miss Jennifer, I have a feeling that you have been really considering stepping into either some social aspects or stepping into some political aspects. I don't know what this is, but you are ready to take up, I'm going to say take up arms for lack of a better word. You're ready to take up arms for a community. I don't think that this is something like insane, like militant Jennifer or whatever. But right now, you are super driven to find a different community, to find a community that you feel like matters more than anything you've been a part of before. You have this feeling of, I need to fix things. I need to do my part to fix things. And you're actively searching for this other community, actively searching. It would not surprise me to know that you were up late, nerding through different things, that you were searching for ways that you could help, that you could matter, that you could do what you could do. But here's the thing. First of all, good on you for that. Okay. Everybody should be getting involved with the things that matter. We can't be complacent anymore. We can't. So go, girl. Okay. But let's talk about this battle, because this is with someone in particular, whether it is someone in your house or it's someone family very close to you. This is someone very close to you, because when you start to be known that you are now going to be a part of a different community, that you are taking up arms for something that means a lot to you, they are not going to like it. And it is going to be a point of tension between you and this other person, continually from this point on. And I think that this is someone y'all have had words. You've had some words with. Y'all have discussed this kind of sort of a little bit. But when you step out and you say, no, I'm doing this, I'm not going to sit back complacently anymore, I need to do something to make a change. When this happens, the battle happens. Now, I hate that, because I don't like conflict. Let me take that back. I do and I don't like conflict. You know what I mean? Conflict is a part of life. I'm good at conflict because I've had to experience too much conflict in my life. But I also hate it at the same time. So the next part is kind of interesting, because this is the trickery card. And this is not anyone tricking you. This is you having to be the trickster. Let me text Kirsten real quick, because I don't think she can hear me. That's weird. Instacart's being weird. Hey, Kirsty, groceries are here. Groceries are arriving. It is you having to be the trickster. It is you having to channel your inner Loki with this battle. It is you that has to be roundabout, nice, in your face, petty. And what's funny is, I have a feeling you're really good at this. I have a feeling that you're really good at this. I don't know what side you are, but I have a feeling you're really good at this. So what cracks me up is that, Bobby, we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. I see your comment up there. On YouTube. I have a feeling you're very, very good at this. That you're very, very good at this. And it's going to kind of put you in a little bit of your happy place, because that whole trickster aspect is your element, 100% your element. And so you're one little tricky vixen. You're ready to be the trickster. Whoever this person is that you're kind of going to battle with over this community, know that they're going to be in your face conflict about it, and you're going to have to be roundabout trickery. Roundabout trickery. I think I saw that you posted that you feel like this is a lady that you work with. Because here's the problem with this. They're gonna do the barkies for a minute. Here's the problem with this. This battle is going to spill over to other people that are around you. It's going to spill over to other coworkers, to, let's just say that we're talking about that lady, to the boss. It's going to spill over because she's going to make it spill over. So that's why the trickery aspect has to come from your end in a very roundabout, like, no one sees me being the tricker over here. Because of these last two cards. So you have displacement and you have resistance. I understand now why there's two cards. The displacement, one of you will get displaced. One of you will get displaced. The other will manage to resist not getting displaced. And I think you know exactly what I'm saying. I feel like this battle, this has to happen, and this displacement has to happen. But I don't feel like you are the one that should be displaced. Let me say that. Because the community, you trying to find a community and you doing something that's good for everyone, is not what this other person wants. Does that make sense? You want something good. You want something better. You are trying to make people around you better. You're trying to be a better Jennifer, and you're trying to make the energy better. This person is not. And so therefore, this person's part of the battle is they're wrong. They're wrong. So the trickery comes into baiting that person very carefully to explode where everyone can see it. Cover your ass, get everything in writing, record if you need to, whatever it is you need to do, because you need to have the resistance here. There's going to be pushback on everybody involved. And I think that this is going to splash beyond just the two of you. You need to be the one that is all about the resistance here, and let the other person be the one that is displaced. Okay? Cover your ass, cover your ass, cover your ass, cover your ass. I would also do a lot of protection workings. And I am going to, I don't know why, but I'm going to recommend that you carry mace with you. Spirit told me to tell you that. I always hate it when people say that, but then I'm like, I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this. Carry mace with you. Okay. I don't think it needs to go further than that, but just carry mace with you. Okay. So yeah. But get involved. Get involved, find the community, do the thing. The battle is part of it. And it just is. To be honest, I think that this battle and everything is going to light a fire under your ass even more. Even more. Taser will work. I think that this is going to light a fire under your ass even more. So, yeah. What's up, Care Bear? So, it's funny. Bobby said, sorry to interrupt, but anyone else see the orb that flew out of the magnifying glass behind Bodhi? I'm looking on the camera up there at what magnifying glass? I did notice the camera going in and out. What magnifying glass? Which side of the screen? The one on the book. Which side of the screen? Up here or up here? So this is my left. This is my right. I'm just curious. The reason why I'm curious, let me refresh my list because I know I've got a lot of you guys on my list. Okay. Okay. So over here. Okay. Was it that thing right there? That little thing right there? Oh, no. You're talking about this. This is actually a crystal ball. That's actually a crystal ball. Okay. So some of you may or may not know. I filmed a paranormal TV show this last summer. I'm about to go travel to some other very interesting paranormal places coming up. I've always been someone that pulls things, for lack of a better term. I don't know, but Sass and I were discussing the new locale and stuff like that the other day, and I was like, I just realized that because now we're starting to have things happen in my house, okay, and like nothing bad has ever happened in this house. It's a good house. Nothing bad has ever happened here, right? But my daughter and I noticed this last night that suddenly my bedroom door is just closing on its own. It's never done that before. It just started doing it within the last, I don't know, few weeks. But it did it last night. We were sitting there. She was sitting in my bed. We were watching TV together, and like my door started closing. And my kid was like, "Do you see that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I see it." My dogs have been acting weird. They will, if I'm upstairs, they're at the top of the stairs watching. And I realize that I have a lot of dead people's shit in my house. I have a lot of dead people's shit in my house. I have a papoose downstairs hanging on the wall that someone gifted to the shop that I'm still being very respectful with. It will have another home. Well, it will go with me. I'm not going to give it up. It's not it. I've had it for a couple of years now, but it is hanging on the wall, and it has a very sad story. I have an electric chair handle. Some of the old books that you see behind me, specifically this one right here. This is a Master Mason's encyclopedic indexed edition Bible from 1929. So that, and it was used. So all of the pages in the front have been taken out of it. I have a lot of things. I have some really crazy furniture, things like that. So I have a lot of items in my house that were in my shop that amplified the activity. So, so here we are. So here we are. That's where we're at. So yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah. All right, let me get you guys all situated up here. Miss Minnie. How is Miss Minnie? Whoa. Hi, Vlad. You all right? I know y'all heard that. There's a crazy boy. You know what, YouTube? We're going to move you guys. Hold on. You're going for a ride. Hold on. It's okay. I think what we might do is put you guys right here. Now you got spooky vibes. Now you can see it my nose. No, y'all don't like that? I don't like that. I don't like that either. I just didn't like you guys being so far up there. So we're just going to do some adjusting. TikTok got real close. I'm also trying to make sure I've got everything out of the way over here, and over here. Sorry, YouTube. All of the things. Y'all just moving all around. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. I think that's a little better. I think that's a little better. Now y'all can see the stuff behind me a lot better. Yeah. All right. I'm sure you can bring your camera to Hal House, but I would reach out. Miss Minnie, I'm drawing your cards. I would reach out to the people that have the tickets. They're selling the tickets for me. That is my management company, and so she also is very involved with Hell House, so she can tell you. She can tell you. But yeah, she can tell you. I would reach out to her and ask what she thinks. Oh, that was bright. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. Ready, Miss Minnie? So yeah, in case you guys didn't know, on March 8th, I will be at Hell House. Come join me. Come join me. All right. Miss Minnie. Night. Trigger. Isolation. Play. And fear. Okay. So we have night. We have trickery. We have isolation. I also wanted you on YouTube to be able to see the cards. To be able to see the cards. The fuck words. Then you have play, and then you have fear. And fear was on top of play. Okay. So, Miss Minnie. Girl, this all has to do with work. This all has to do with work. Let's talk about this night card first. Okay. So with this night card, I know that, and I don't know if you're here. I was looking to see if I could see you. I know that you and I had talked about you had talked about, not you and I had talked about, but you told me that you were, there you are, that you were wanting to go back to school. Is that something that you've jumped into yet? Okay. The night card literally represents the night. So this is a change and a shift for you, either night classes or a night shift. Yeah, it's really expensive to go back to school right now. Like it's fucking stupid. This is either a night shift or this is going back to school at night. The thing about this is whatever this opportunity is, and that's exactly what this is an opportunity. Okay. Whatever this opportunity is, it's going to put you with a whole interesting new level of people. And I say level on purpose because the people that you're going to be around with this either night classes or night shift, if y'all have ever worked the evening shift or the night shift, the people that choose to work the evening or the night shift, they're a different breed. They're a different breed. I'm not going to lie. They're a different breed. They don't operate in the norm. Okay. They don't. I have always loved the evening and the night shift. There's a reason I'm on at night doing reads. They're not in the norm. They're not. Their brains work different. They think different. They do things different. I really and truly think that the vast majority of people that enjoy night shift work, without just, oh, you've got to work the night shift, they enjoy it, is because they're neurodivergent. I really, really agree. I really, really think that. But it's important that it's important. It's really, really important. This whole night aspect, night shift, etc., is really, really important, because the people that are there are kind of twofold. Okay. So the next is the trickery card. We're specifically talking about the people that that are in this night class, night shift, whatever this is. Okay. The trickery that's involved here is an interesting type of trickery, and it's not bad. There is something that you need to learn specifically with this trickery aspect from the people either on this shift, in this class, whatever it is. And I keep saying class because I don't, it's just a thing, one class. So I don't know if this is just training for work, if this, I don't know what this is, but this is just literally one class, one night shift. It's just one thing, okay? Okay, maybe not one night shift, but like working with that particular shift of people for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Not a permanent thing, but getting to know them at the same time. Because the trickery that they teach you is a good thing. And I think that this is actually the missing clause in your path of where you're going. It's like having a sentence that is the key to the universe, but you're missing like 2 keywords. That's what this trickery represents. It's just a shift in your thinking, just slightly, of where your path is going, why you're going there, etc. It's just slightly a shift. And you really, really need to learn it. You really, really need to learn it. You need to be around these people. You need to, I specifically think that, so I'm going to describe to you what I'm seeing, because maybe it'll help you know which one this is for you. There's a tall, slender guy with kind of reddish blonde hair, like a strawberry blonde hair. He has big round glasses. He's real tall, lanky. He almost always wears the exact same thing. He has on like dark slacks, these really nice brown shoes, and then like a lighter blue, pale blue shirt. There's also a lady there. She's really, really short. She's short. She's kind of round. And she has this crazy loud laugh. But I always see him pacing back and forth like this. And it's like the area that they're in, it actually almost looks like an office building, like a higher up floor of an office building, because I can see that it's dark outside the windows. And I can see like cubicles over, like if I'm facing the guys walking here, there's some tables here, there's back over there are cubicles. And she's always sitting, it's almost like he's teaching something at your job. I don't know what this is. But I wanted to just, because I keep seeing that particular scene with those 2 people in particular over and over and over. And it's like, I almost feel like I'm at a seminar listening to him talk. Does that make sense? Like I'm at a seminar listening to him speak so I can learn whatever it is the companies want me to learn. Whatever this new aspect is, this trickery, it's literally the little missing link, the missing clause in your sentence of your path. Really? I'm going to India. I might have to work evening shift if there is a delay in my visa processing. Okay. Are you going home to visit family? How long has it been since you've been home? And are they excited to see you at least? Next, you have isolation. 6 years. Holy cow. Your mom. Oh, I know there's going to be so much happy tears. I'm excited for you. Let's talk about this isolation. Because whatever this kind of missing link is, this missing clause in your path, it's going to cause some isolation, because it's going to cause you to move away from a lot of friends, ways of thinking, like things like that. So when this happens, I'm actually really glad. Oh, and you'll celebrate your birthday with her after 14 years. I love that. Please, please, you have to send me pictures. I want to see this birthday. I want to see this birthday because I already know. I'm sure it's going to be all out, right? All your favorite foods that don't taste the same over here. Yeah. Yeah. I wore my peacock scarf the other day, by the way. I was thinking of you. Um, but this right here, I don't want to say that it's like a self-imposed isolation, but at the same time, it kind of is. Does that make sense? At the same time, it kind of is. Um, because this is like a processing time. Whatever this is that you learn, it's like an epiphany. Like, oh my God. And so when you have this, it's like you kind of put yourself in isolation on purpose to be able to look at things and think about things and process and do everything that you need to do. Now, there's a massive good thing that comes from this. And that is what this play card is, and why I want to talk about these two really well. Why we have to talk about them because I pulled them. This play card. Play can mean a whole bunch of different things, especially with you finding your path, with you shifting, you pivoting, you turning and getting ready to move in a different direction. It's going to feel like playtime. When we get really excited and we get really motivated and we get really happy and we get really strong in where we're going, when we've made that decision and now we're moving this way, um, it feels like it's fun. It feels like play. It's great. It makes us happy. There's also that healthy dose of fear there because now it's a change, it's a shift. Um, sorry, I was looking at Scarlett's message over there. Um, the only advice I can give you about this fear is this. My dad taught us that when you fear something, the best way to overcome that fear is to do that thing. I am never ever going to go swim with sharks, but that would be my dad's advice. You're afraid of sharks? Go swim with the sharks. The only way out is through. The only way out of that fear is to do that thing. The only way to overcome that fear of failure is to play through it. Does that make sense? Um, I think that you have a really major shift coming. I think that, and not just, because you're going home to visit, stuff like that. I think you have a mega shift coming. I think that it's one that you've asked the universe for years. I think that it's one that you've tried to accomplish for years. And I think that it is something that when it happens in the moment, you're going to realize that it's this moment right here, like a movie, like, oh my God. You'll probably even hear some music in the background of what you think needs to be overlaid. And this is a level up, Minnie, my friend. This is a level up. Not only is it a level up, but it's where you're supposed to be. It's where you're supposed to be. Because I think that you know as well as I know that where you are right now is no longer where you're supposed to be. Am I right? Just saying. Just saying. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. Oh, there's my thing to make sure that I am who I say I am. You are so welcome, sweetheart. When are you leaving to go home? Or are you waiting on visa stuff to be able to go? Oh, so really soon. So that's less than a week. Are you excited? Please tell me you're excited. Oh, my nose is itchy. Thank you, Odin. I'm looking at the comments up there. Oh, this right here. Where did I get this? This is from Bucky's, and it is squishy. It's squishy. What I love about it is the straw. Actually, you can pull the straw in half, and then that way I can travel with it and not worry about my straw breaking. Nervous as well. I would bet. I would bet. That's a long time to not be home. It's a long time to not be home. Miss Suzanne Horn is next. Are we ready? So that over there, Intuitive Bestie, is my YouTube channel. Where did I get my shirt from? I think I actually got it on clearance at JCPenney at the mall a couple of years ago. It's funny. I'll wear it religiously. Like I won't take it off. I'll wear it all the time. I mean, obviously I take it off, but you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes my favorite sweatshirt and I kind of live in it because it's kind of like sublime type looking artwork, you know? And then I do laundry and it gets hung up and I don't see it again and I forget about it. And then I find it again and it's great. It's like getting a new sweater all over again. It's great. It's fantastic. Fantastic. All righty. Oh, I love that misplaced country girl. Get my feet all wound up underneath me here. I don't know about y'all, but it's been cold as shit here. When I woke up this morning, it was fucking 6 degrees. 6. And we had snow. We had a dusting of snow. And then I find out that my friends down there in New Orleans are getting like 7 inches of snow in the quarter. Like that's insanity. That's insanity to me. I don't know what it is right now. I'm afraid to look. Oh, it's a whopping 25. It's supposed to. Okay, that says 5. I thought it said -5 tonight. I was like, what? 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 So stupid. So stupid. All right. Yeah. I mean, I talked to a couple of my friends that live in New Orleans, and they were like, it's not unheard of for us to get snow, but it's very rare, and it's very, very rare that they get that much snow. So, yeah. And then Sass earlier on our moderator chat was freaking out. She was like, why is it snowing? Why is it snowing? She's in South Carolina. She was like, this is what's going on. It was so funny. She's so funny. -1 in Kentucky. This is ridiculous. -5, but feels like -12. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't know what it feels like here. Let's look. Let's look. Feels like 17 here. So, yeah. Isn't that stupid that you can't just say that it's like 20 degrees? You have to say, well, with the wind chill. Stupid. Stupid. Augusta is getting snow. No snow in Illinois and Wisconsin. See, that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. All right. Miss Suzanne. Ready? Survival. Illusion. Distraction. Risk. Well, I'm glad that you're in Tulsa, Lemur. I hope you enjoy it. Tulsa's a nice city. There's a lot of good restaurants. Let's start with survival. I don't know what my kid is cooking downstairs, but it smells utterly fantastic, and it's not fair. All right. Oh, gotcha. The girls are working through all of that stuff. I know for a hot minute you have been in straight survival mode. I know you have. I know that there's been a lot on your plate. I know that not only has it been really, really hard, I know that it's been really, really hard. And I know that it's been frustrating. And I know that when you get into survival mode, you don't feel like you're really living. You're just surviving. And we all get there at one point or another, that we're just, I don't want to look at the weather anymore. I'm sorry. I can't. We're just like scratching by just to fucking survive. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because you get in this mode, you get in this feeling of, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this because those are survival things, and we neglect all of the living things. And I say that way on purpose. And I understand this from a different level. I understand this from a level of being so overworked that you can't even see the top of the water, much less know which way to swim to get to the top. But I am going to tell you this, and this is going to sound weird. So this is the illusion card. I'm not going to say that survival is an illusion, because it's not. But the way that we go about putting ourselves in survival mode can be. It can 100% be an illusion. And I know that yours is job related. But I'm going to say this. When it comes to the traditional job market, when it comes to the traditional way of, I have to get this job and be hired by this company to go to this place to earn this money, to go home, to go back there in the morning. Like, the traditional aspect of work is no longer the norm. It's not. It's no longer the norm. I want to give you something to think about before we move forward, okay? Well, it's also part of this distraction card too. This illusion and this distraction. I would love for you to just, over the next few days, make a list of all the things that you've learned in your life. Okay? Of all the things that you've learned in your life. Start with the big things. Okay? Certifications, degrees, any classes you had to take for work, or, you know what I mean? Like those things that we think about. When I've learned, what have I learned? Well, I took, I have this certification and that degree and this degree and that. Do you see what I'm saying? Start there. And then move on down a little bit. I've learned how to coexist with a shitty ass coworker in a tiny office. I've learned how to handle hateful people. I've learned how to walk away when I need a break from somebody that's being a douche. Start with the big things and then make smaller lists. Okay. And here's why I want you to do this, because I want you to start thinking outside of the box when it comes to work. I want you to start thinking about all of the different things that you have done, learned, accomplished, overcame, etc. in your life. In your life. Okay? The reason for that is there's a huge gold nugget that is sitting there just waiting for you to pick it up. But you haven't noticed it yet. You haven't noticed it yet. When you start making this list, you're going to see that there's a whole bunch of things that either you haven't ever considered, things that you're now an expert at. There's a whole crazy amount of amazing things that you are fantastic at. Whether this turns into making content, writing articles, writing a book, whether this turns into starting your own business, whether this turns into you realizing that you should be applying in this job market over here, whatever it is, you need this distraction of forcing your brain to think about every single thing that you've learned. Because when you start thinking about all of that, it's going to distract you from this survival that you've been in. How long has it been since you've really taken stock of all of the things that you've overcome, that you've accomplished, etc. in your life? Because when we get stuck in survival mode, we only want to think about, okay, I have to do this. Like we get stuck in this, like, I'm just going to sit here in a chair and rock, because we get stuck in this crazy weird loop, taffy puller, etc. And we forget that we have all of this other stuff over here that we're really good at, that we know how to do expertly, that we've accomplished, that we've done, that, it's a little cool little thing that we put on our profiles or whatever. But we don't really take a lot of time to sit back and go, holy shit, like, I know all of that. Like, I know how to do all of that. You need this distraction. You need this distraction. Because that is going to lead you to this. And this is the risk card. Like I said, I don't know if this is you starting your own business. I don't know if this is you branching out and looking for work in another field. I don't know what this is right here, but this risk is something that right now in your mind, it's non-existent, okay? Because you're still in survival mode. So I want you to take a couple of days and I want you to make sure that you have this distraction. That you have this distraction. The risk is worth the reward, Miss Suzanne. The risk is worth the reward. One of the reasons that I got on earlier this evening is so I realize, and I feel like I need to tell you this because I feel like you need to hear it. And I feel like it's not just you that needs to hear it. I feel like somebody else needs to hear it as well. Okay? Having a notary license is always a good thing. I personally realize that I work too much. I work too much. I have several classes and things that I've started that I had to pause because I work too much. I have so many things that I no longer get to do because I work too much. I've been in survival mode with working too much and getting buried under the things that I no longer like to do. So I'm taking steps to remedy that. The problem is that it takes forever to get to the point where, well, not forever, but it takes a while to get to the point where you're in survival mode. So it takes a little while to undo all of those things to get to where you're in living mode again. So I want you to keep that in mind, Miss Suzanne. But take a couple of days, start on this list, walk away from it. Come back, add some to it, walk away from it. Literally take the rest of the week to make this list. Okay? Yes? I think that it's this big glaring gold nugget that's going to be staring you right in the face. Right in the face. Thank you guys for all the compliments on the eyeliner. I actually left my house yesterday. I know. I actually left my house yesterday. Kay and I had to go run some errands, and I had to go pick up my little pod things. So we played in the makeup section at Walmart, and I used to have this eyeliner. This is, I can't remember. I think it's the Sapphire from NYX, and I love their metallic turquoise one. But you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of a change. So I decided to throw this one on today, and I'm all about it. I'm all about it. What's up, Lisha? I'm having a good day. How's yours? Miss Sarah Beard. So I have, let me refresh my list real quick. I only have 12 reads today. So if you didn't get on the list today, no worries. I've got more coming up this week. Let me fix that. Oh, wrong way. Okay. All right. So I have Sarah Beard, Heather Klein, Christy Milner, Jara Campbell, Katherine K, Katherine. Why did I say Katherine? Katherine Jacob. So yeah. And I think there are 2 slots that are, why are there 2 slots left? I think they're being held for some reason. Nope, they just cleared out. I forgot that I reset that, because sometimes people will come in and they will hold a ticket so no one else can get the ticket. But those are cleared out. So there are 2 spots left. All right, Miss Sarah Beard. And don't forget, if you guys decide that you need to go, you got to eat dinner, you need to go to sleep, you need to take a nap, you need to take a bath, whatever it is, no worries. I got you. This is all up here on YouTube as well. All right, here we go, Miss Sarah. Waterproof, curiosity, trickery, and fear. Okay. Miss Sarah. It's so funny. Yes, Nana. Let me pause for just a minute, Miss Sarah. For those of you guys that I owe the angelic placement readings for, that will be Friday during the day. If you can't make it Friday during the day, no worries. It will be on YouTube. Y'all will be able to go and watch it at any time. So yes. Miss Sarah, I feel like there is something really specific that you need to know about. Not just an overview. This is something really, really specific. But what's interesting is I'm going to start by saying this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why. I want you to look at this. This is the waterproof card. I just want you to look at it for a minute. The thing that's worrying you the most right now is literally water rolling off your back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the way that when you're in grade school and you have your first crush and all you want is to be that person's boyfriend or girlfriend, that's all you want. And you're going to love them forever and you're going to get married and you're going to live in a mansion. You're going to have 5 kids and a big dog. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's all you want. And then when you hit high school, the two of you don't even talk. In fact, you may live in other states. And when you get to be an adult, you don't even think about that. Like it's just, you just giggle about it anymore. It doesn't matter. I needed to point that out to you because I feel like this is something that has been an obsessive weight on your shoulders. A major obsessive weight on your shoulders. So every time it pops its head up. In fact, this is for all of y'all, not just Miss Sarah. Every time something pops its head up and it stresses you out to the max, I want you to ask yourself this. Do you have enough energy? Do you have enough bucks to give that? Is that paying your bills? Is that helping you sleep at night? Is that keeping a roof over your head? Food in your belly? If the answer to any of that is no, then it suddenly becomes second level. Does that make sense? If it's not directly affecting your quality of life, then you don't need it to be that obsessive. YouTube, I'm moving you over just a little bit. I feel like I can't look you in the eye over there, YouTube. With these fires and moving again soon, I've been so stressed. I can't even imagine, my friend. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. And now this cord wants to be in your way. Because it's a dick. It's going to pop back up there. It's going to eventually just like, I can't even imagine. Let's talk about the rest of this stuff. You have curiosity, you have trickery, and you have fear. Do you already know where you're moving? Or is this kind of like, I need to get out of this space? Okay. Don't look. Thank you, Raven, for subscribing, for being a member up there. Here's the deal. I know that it wasn't that long that you moved out there. I know there wasn't that long that you moved out there. Something has really dampened your curiosity lately. I don't, and this was even before the fires were going on out there. Okay. Something has really, really dampened your curiosity. To the point that it's almost like taking a lot of your joy away. When we get so stressed out and so worried about things, everything, I think everyone's stressed out and worried about the universe right now. It takes our joy away from so fucking much. So fucking much. Thank you to whoever number 430 is. It starts to stress us out and we forget to be curious. We forget to have fun. We forget to do things that brought us joy. We forget that we used to love to go ride our bike, down by the river on the hiking trail. We forget that we used to love to go volunteer at the animal shelter. We forget that we used to love to pour candles. We forget that we used to, I don't know, we used to love gardening, whatever it is. We get so stressed out that we forget that if we don't take time to be curious about something new, we're missing out on a lot of relaxation and a lot of happiness. Now, y'all know that is the pot calling the kettle black. I'm just saying what I'm saying. The next thing I want to talk about is this trickery card right here. And I'm going to advise you to be kind of careful with this one. You know what? I'm just going to move TikTok over. Freaking thing wants to be an ass. Fine. You can just be an ass. I'm going to warn you to be kind of careful right here. Because this is a person. This is a person. This is a male that's in your path. I don't really believe that he does not believe that he is a relationship interest. Okay. I don't know if he's leading you on. I don't know if and when I say leading you on, it's almost like he's leading you on because he's trying to get something out of it. Whether it's you working for free, whether it's you doing something for him. I don't know what this is, but he's really, really doing something to kind of twist and pull you to do something for him. And this could be leading you on and saying, okay, well, if you do all of this, I'll get you this promotion or this office or whatever. You know who this is? Okay. Oh, that was not fun. Did y'all see that? I know you did. And it's cold. It's great. It's on my leggings. It's fucking stupid. But now I smell like coffee, so that's fun. He is doing it on purpose. He is 100% doing it on purpose. He is literally doing what he can to get whatever he can out of you before you take off. Do I need to put him in a jar? Do we need to put him in a jar? Because, Sarah, you had a feeling this is just confirmation. I mean, I'm going to offer again. Like, do I need to put him in a jar? Let's talk about this fear card. There's a fear of walking away from this situation that this person is in. Okay. There's a fear of walking away from, I don't think it's safety because it's not. There's something you feel like you're getting from this relationship, and there's a fear of it. Girl, you need to stomp that fucking fear out, because the only reason that you have that fear is because this person has made you feel like there needs to be that fear. You are just fine without that person, without that job, without whatever. You are just fine without it. I don't know if this person has like narcissistic tendencies, if they're gaslighting you, if this has turned into a toxic environment. I don't know what this is, but you have this fear of splitting from it. I just want to remind you that you're already cool as fuck, man. You're already fucking awesome. You already have an amazing brain. You already are fucking Sarah. You're already badass. You don't need anybody to blow smoke up your ass. Okay? You don't need anybody to blow smoke up your ass. Now, here's what I would say, because I see your comment right there. I would make a plan. I would make a plan. I really would. I would make a plan. And I would start doing everything that you can to be ready when it's time to jump. Okay? That would be my advice. Make a plan. As much as we'd like to just do things instantly when we feel like we want to do them, you know, money is a thing. Money is a thing. Planning is a thing. I would make a plan. I don't feel like this is an imminent, you need to change this right now, tonight, in the morning. But I feel like this is something that needs to happen sooner rather than later. And so I would just start making a plan. I would start getting everything together. I would do everything that you need to do to continue to be this. Okay? To continue to be this. Does that make sense, Miss Sarah Lou? I'm glad. I'm glad that makes sense, Miss Sarah. All right. Heather, you ready? Thank you, DBK. Appreciate you up there on the YouTubes. Appreciate it. For those of you guys that have upgraded to the top tier, or you're joining over there on the top tier, I released a couple of classes this morning. They're older classes. So when you guys look at them on YouTube, y'all are going to be like, that's not Bodhi. It is. It is. It is. It is. I will be releasing more as well, just so you guys know. All right. Ready, Miss Heather? I'm hungry. My kids make me hungry. I don't know what the hell she's cooking down there, but it smells fantastic. Or what she did cook. Okay. You have protection, dominance, anticipation, and influence. This is super big kid energy. First of all, let me say this. You need to 100% be learning and practicing offensive magic. Offensive magic is not baneful magic. In fact, putting up protections now before anything happens is actually offensive magic. Defensive magic is what happens when someone has already done something to you. You are defending against that attack. You're removing a jinx, you're removing a hex, you're return to sender, or whatever it is. That is defensive magic. Offensive magic is doing something before it happens. Okay. Protections are technically offensive magic. But not just that. There's a lot of other things that go into protections, that go into offensive magic, that help so much with every other aspect of life. These are going to be things like blessings, health workings, prosperity workings, and protecting all of those aspects. And I specifically mentioned those three on purpose because I kind of feel like with this card spread right here, that there's something very large coming up on your path. And if you start to kind of slow now and you start to put all the protections in place now, you start to do the offensive magic now, when this big boulder gets flopped right in your path, you can just skirt right around it. Did you just buy a new book? I'm curious. Or do you have a book that's sitting in your cart? Whatever it is, if it's sitting in your cart, order it. If it's not and you already have it, you need to be reading it. You need to be studying it. You need to be paying attention. Because this dominance card right here goes along with that first card, that protection card, that offensive magic aspect of it. I'm speaking spiritually on purpose, and we're going to talk about the rest of it back here, okay? Every time the dominance card comes up in this with this deck, it always makes me a little apprehensive. Let's just say that. A little apprehensive. Because the dominance card specifically, and I want you guys to really take a look at this, is one crow bowing to the other crow. One crow has his foot and his beak on the other. Like, that's a really symbolic gesture. Bowing to somebody else. You've really, really got to assert your dominance now. And I'm going to say this way on purpose, over the universe. Manifestation is going to be a big thing this week. Protections are going to be a big thing this week. Prosperity, etc. Big thing this week. Any single thing that you do this week has to have protections on it, attracted to it, attached to it, encased with it, whatever. Because I have a feeling that as I'm saying this, you've already been anticipating that there's something big coming up. Thank you, Miss Denise. Appreciate you there on YouTube. You already feel it. Like you feel it in your gut, you feel it in your stomach, like you can't get rid of it. You don't know how to explain it. You feel a little crazy because all of this. Anytime we feel like something big is coming, we always feel crazy. We always feel crazy because we remember all of the movies and all of the stupid shit where they call the person crazy because they're spouting all this stuff out, and then of course the thing happens, and then they're not so crazy, but they're still crazy. It's so fucking weird. I have a feeling that you've been feeling this anticipation that something is coming really, really hardcore, barreling down like a train. But I'm going to go back to this dominance card over here. Girl, put all your fucking ducks in a row right now. Get all your big kid pants out. Get them all hung up in a line. They're all dried and washed and starched and pretty. Hell, they can march on their own out of your closet. Get everything fucking ready. Get all of your dominance ready. I keep feeling like I specifically need to mention your clothes. If you're not someone that wards or, does rune work or whatever on the inside of your clothes, then you should. I would highly recommend it. Be that weird lady that braids little things in your hair. Be that weird lady that has writing on the inside of your pants and your shoes and your shirt and your underwear and your bra. Be that weird lady that does all the little bitty things that offer protection. Okay? Because that is what's going to allow you to sidestep this boulder that's going to be flopped right in the middle of your path. Could have sworn I just saw Vlad walk right there out of the corner of my eye. Don't like it. Picking my feet up off the floor because there's no animals in here. Okay. That was fucking stupid. So there's that. Okay. You want to make sure that you have everything ready. Everything ready. When this boulder gets plopped in the middle of your path, and I really think that this is going to be probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, month or so, it's going to be one of those things that really influences your decision from there. So basically, the path you thought you were on, there's going to be a big boulder just flopped down in the middle of it in front of you. When you go around this boulder, you're going to find that your path kind of stopped with where you thought you were going. Now you have an opening to take multiple paths. Now there is a multitude of paths in front of you. That can be really scary and it can be really unnerving. But if you've already started doing all of these other things, if you've already started saving, if you've already started doing your workings, if you've done protections, like you've been asserting your dominance like a big kid over the universe, when the universe flops that boulder down, you'll have umpteen bazillion different paths that you can take. The reason the influence card is so important is because when this happens and you have to pick another path to walk down, you're going to really have to look and determine where your influence lies. And this means what your passions are. What do you want to be when you grow up, Heather? When this boulder happens, it's going to suck. It's going to scare the shit out of you. And it's probably going to make you a little angry. But I'm just saying. You're almost 52. You're a spring chicken. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm just saying. Start all your offensive work now. Start all your protections now. Be telling the universe where it is you want to go after this boulder gets flopped down in your path, because it's a coming. It's a coming. Does that make sense? It may not make sense now. It may make sense in a month, but it may not. I hope it makes sense now. I hope it makes sense now. And I don't know why I specifically keep saying a boulder either. So there's that. So there's that. Okay. Miss Christie. Let me refresh this because I know Lisha said that she grabbed Spot. Oh, it actually put it back in order. I am amazed. I am amazed. All right, Miss Christie. I mean, the boulder very well could be for protection. All right, Miss Christie, you ready? I set the cards down and they're like twisting on me. I'm like, stop it. Stop it. So you have caching, not cashing your check, but caching as in storing stuff. Then you have perspective. I love this card of the raven hanging upside down. Then you have the anomaly card. And then you have the wrath card. And that's the one that got me, that had my eyebrow going up a little bit. Girl, be rat hole and shit. Be rat hole and shit. I don't know why. You might. I don't know. But be rat hole and shit. Be rat hole and shit. Be that little prepper girl. Be whatever it is that you need to be. I'm gonna scoot you guys over slightly right there. Whatever it is. And when I say rat hole and shit, I mean all kinds of things. Toilet paper, cash. If you don't have a standalone freezer, maybe do that. Fill it with meat. I don't know. But let me just say this. You need to be absolutely rat holing everything that you fucking can. And what's funny is I don't really think there's a big loss coming, but I think that you're going to need every single thing that you put back. So even if it's something weird, even if your brain's like, I need to buy 900 lighters. Okay, maybe not 900. I need to buy 25 lighters and rat hole those bitches. I need to buy 15 cases of water and rat hole it. I don't know. Just trust your gut. Just trust your gut. The other thing that I want to talk about next is this card right here. And we're going to talk about it with this caching because this is the perspective card. I'm going to ask you to start really, really shifting your perspective. Miss Country Girl, Miss Place Country Girl, I didn't see you over there. And Miss Denise, thank you, thank you. I think I got Miss Denise and I didn't get Miss Place Country Girl. Thank you, sweetheart. You need to really, really shift your perspective. I don't know if this is actually watching the news again or if this is watching all of the different news stations. I don't know if this is learning a different way of doing something. I don't know what this pertains to. Okay. You've got to shift your perspective because for some reason, I don't feel like you're stuck. I don't feel like you're closed-minded. Like, I don't feel like any of that's a thing. Okay. What I do feel like is that you've leveled past all the foundations. Like, you're kind of like just free climbing at this point. There's nothing under you. And I think that it's making you feel like you're floating, that you're stuck, that nothing's happening. It's happening. You're still moving forward, but you're so afraid to look down like you might fall. Do you see what I'm saying? You've got to shift your perspective. A lot of times, and this is in life, I'm not even talking spiritually. A lot of times we have these weird things that happen. Oh no, I lost the time. We have these weird things that happen in our life, and we are just going through the motions. But we're frustrated with the motions at the same time. So, what's up, Atlas? It has been a long time. How are you? We just go through the motions. We go to our job, we come home, we cook dinner, we go to bed, get up and take a shower, go to our job. You see what I'm saying? Like, we get in that rut. And while we're still moving forward, like, we're still paying off all our bills, we're paying off our house, we're paying off our car, we're going on vacation. Like, while you're still moving forward and you're still learning and you're still growing, you still feel like you're stuck in that fucking rut because your perspective hasn't shifted like you have. You've shifted, but your perspective hasn't shifted. The same happens in any magical practice, any spiritual practice. We keep going in the same way, and we keep on shifting and changing and moving and learning, but we haven't shifted our perspective yet. So therefore, we feel like we're fucking stuck. We feel like we're stuck. And I think that that's what's going on right now, Christy. I think that's what's going on right now. When you start shifting your perspective, looking at things in 52 different ways, that's when you're going to see this anomaly. And when you see this anomaly, I'm just going to let you know right off the bat, it's going to blindside you. It's going to blindside you, and you're going to kind of have to do like a double, triple, quadruple take of what the fuck is that? What is going on? How did I never see that before? And so when that happens, after you're done reeling for a couple of days, then you're going to be mad as fuck. You're going to be mad as fuck. Anomalies come in the form of people. They come in the form of a single sentence that a stranger says to you in line at the grocery store. They come in the form of reading a book that you've read 50 fucking times and catching something different that one last time. Anomalies come in the form of so much different things. So many different things. I wish I could tell you what this anomaly will be so you could kind of plan for it, but I can't. Because to be honest, I think that this anomaly is some little bitty teeny tiny thing, a sentence in a book, something someone says on the news, whatever it is, it's something little bitty, and it's going to shift your perspective in such a way that it's almost instant anger. Not almost instant anger. After you process this anomaly, it's an intense anger. There we go. It's an intense anger of, how did I not fucking see this? How have I thought this all this time when it was really this? Like, does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot. When we go through a level up, this is what happens. This is what happens. You come out better on the other side. Don't think you don't. But there's a lot of learning that goes in the middle, and it's kind of dumb. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. We get a drink of coffee. We get a drink of tea. It's great. Good. There you are up there. I was like, I know she's watching. I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're excited. That makes me happy. For those of you guys that didn't join earlier, make sure that you join the new Discord. It's completely free. Find your peeps. Well, I have water too. And Jacob said, I mean, both dehydrate you, but in fact, I kind of need to take a pee break real quick as I drink more water. All right. Jara, you're next. Jara, Katherine, Jacob, and Lisha. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Y'all have a couple of minutes if you need to, if you need to go to the party. I'll be right back.
Oh, did you not hear me? Did you not hear me? I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry. Do you want to come in here under blankets? Come in here under blankets. Come here. Come here. I did not mean to scare you. I did not mean to scare you.
I feel bad. I'm a bad doggy mom. So Zeus's hearing is going out, and I just scared the shit out of him, and I didn't mean to. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah. Nice fuzzy big old blankie. Yeah. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I'm like, how did you not hear my big old boom, boom, boom feet coming down the hallway? You don't want the blankie? I put you there all comfy. He's so tiny. He's so little. All right. Ready, Jara? Am I saying it right? Is it Jara? Is it Jara? Oh, I love that, Jenny. How are you? Good. Okay. I was like, let me make sure I'm saying it right before I keep on saying it wrong. Ghosts, mischief, bond, and distance. Okay. Are you in a relationship? Just curious. Okay. One of you is about to have somebody pop back up. Don't know why. I don't. This is just like reaching out on social media. Hey, how are you? I don't know if you have a class reunion coming up. I don't know what's going on, but one of y'all is about to have somebody pop back up. Okay? Let me tell you right now that when this happens, both of you are probably going to like pay it no mind. You're not going to give it any thought. Okay? When they pop up, it's just going to be like, oh, so and so messaged me is weird, and not message it back. My advice is not going to be that. Okay? My advice is to be this, to do this. When this person pops back up, I don't know if it's for you or for your spouse, you need to answer them. Whoever it is that they reach out to needs to answer them. And you need to put a very clear, like, I'm good. It's nice that you reached out. I'm uncomfortable talking like this on a private message on social media because I'm fucking married. That boundary needs to be set. Okay? That would be my recommendation. All right? It doesn't have to happen, and you can't ignore the person. You can totally ignore the person. The reason that I said I would hardcore set a boundary is because the mischief card is mischief card for a reason. This person is going through a hard time. I don't know if they're going through a breakup. I don't know if they're going through, I don't know what they're going through, but they're going through a hard time. So their way of dealing with this hard time is to cause problems for other people. So just know that y'all are not going to be the only ones that get caught up in this mischief. And that's why I said I would recommend just being like, what is up with my cowlick is horrible today. I would recommend putting a stop to that really, really quickly. Okay. I don't believe, now let me say this. I don't believe that when this happens and whoever it is, whether it's you or your spouse, y'all are both going to tell the other. You know what I mean? Y'all are both going to tell the other. It's not like one of y'all is going to keep this a secret from the other one. You're not, because you don't have that kind of relationship. But the mischief card, I don't like. Part of me feels bad for the person that's going to be reaching out, because I mean, they're doing it out of a place of spite. They're doing it. And when I say a place of spite, like they're doing it to, they don't care what happens with the people they're reaching out to. They don't give a shit. Okay. They're just reaching out of spite so someone else sees that. Does that make sense? It has nothing to do with you and your spouse or any of the other people they're reaching out to. So like part of me feels kind of bad for them, because it's like, I hate that you're in a relationship like that and you feel like you have to be that way, be that petty to get attention. The other aspect of this is, be happy that whoever this is, whichever one of it is, you or your spouse, y'all dodged the bullet. Y'all dodged the bullet, because this person likes the strife that comes along with the toxic part of a relationship. However, this is actually a good thing. This is actually a really good thing, because what it's going to spark is the two of you and your spouse coming together and like looking through that person's social media a little bit. And when you do, it's going to make you appreciate everything even more. So this bond card right here, your relationship is going to be strengthened by this. And I don't think y'all are having problems right now. I don't think that it's like some big old thing you're about to break up or whatever. what I think is sometimes we are in a relationship for so fucking long that we get comfortable, we get happy, and we're good. We gain a little weight, or whatever. We quit doing some things because we're just comfortable and we're happy, right? Sometimes we need that little reminder of how good we have it without losing anything. And that's what this is. The two of you have this bond for a reason. The two of you met for a reason. The two of you had that connection for a reason. The two of you, 13 years. Congratulations. Almost 13 years. The two of you, so many things had to happen for the two of you to meet. So many things had to happen for the two of you to be exactly in that specific moment where you could meet. Your relationship is really special. And I think that you just need a little reminder of how amazing the other one is. So it's actually a good thing. I'm not going to lie. It's actually a good thing that this person pops up. And it may be that they reach out to your spouse, and that's why you're getting this reading is, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Just letting you know. The distance card, though, is interesting because there's an interesting little bit of a twist to this in that while the two of you are hunky-dory over here, loving it up and all that stuff, you are going to find out that there is somebody else between. It's like a mutual friend. So the person that reaches out, we're going to call them, my favorite word of the day has been twat, and maybe we shouldn't say that, but we're going to call them T. Okay. We're going to call them T. When T reaches out because person asshole over here made a comment about, yeah, well, they're still together, right? Something like that. You're going to find out that person A over here is the one that kind of tweaked the interest of person T. And they're literally going to tell you because one of you two lovebirds is going to tell person A, man, you'll never guess who reached out to me the other day. So-and-so, OT did. And person A is going to go, oh yeah, they reached out to me and we started talking about y'all. And I told them that you were still together. And that's where the distance comes in, because when that happens, you need to go, because that should tell you every single thing you fucking need to know about who's working against your relationship and who is working against you right then. Just saying. Just saying. I think this is probably going to be like within the next week or so. Just not very much longer. Everybody's got, it's about to be spring, about to be summer. So everybody's got class reunions coming up. And even if it's not like your class reunion, maybe T is somebody's brother, sister, whatever. They got class reunion. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, my 30-year class reunion is supposed to be this next summer, but I haven't heard anything. I've helped to plan the last two, and I ain't doing this one. I ain't doing it. I got too much other shit in my plate. You're welcome, Jara. You're welcome. Congratulations on almost 13 years. That's fantastic and amazing at the same time. See if it'll let me do this like this all at once. It won't, because that's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. All right. Like, I got to check things in as I go, but the problem is then I have to go back and come back and blah, blah, blah. It's a pain in the ass. So, all right, Katherine. They were going to have a 25-year reunion for mine, and then nobody wanted to plan it. And I did not volunteer. Because I volunteered the 10-year, I volunteered the 20-year, and both times there were several of us that we were considered like the nerdy clique. Like, no, we were not the cool kids, but yet we're the ones planning the fucking reunion. And then every time it got almost planned, then suddenly the cool girls from high school would swoop in and they would take over. No, ma'am, y'all fucking figure it out. Y'all fucking figure it out. I ain't doing it. All right, Katherine. Nah. Not gonna do it. Fuck off. I like how my YouTube followers go up and then back down a couple and then back up and then back down a couple. It's funny. All right, guys. We ready? Direction, isolation, upheaval, and abundance. Okay. I don't know what you just asked the universe for at the beginning of the year, but apparently the universe was listening. Apparently the universe was listening, Katherine. Aw. Thank you, Michelle. So glad that you hang out with us. All right. Katherine. This is the direction card, and notice the gorgeous little sun rays coming out from the bird. The first of this year has lit a fire under your ass. Not only has it lit a fire under your ass, but you are like, there is this crazy drive for you to move forward. Like, you are fed up with the last 10 years. You're done. You're ready to be successful. You're ready to have the things. You're ready to do all the things. And you literally put out into the universe, you hit that I'm done phase. And now it's time to change. So first, I'm proud of you. Okay. Because that means that you've taken a lot of shit to be able to get to the point where you're like, and I'm fucking done. I no longer want to do this. I'm tired of being this way and I'm ready to do whatever the fuck it takes to get where I need to go. So the universe has been laying all of this stuff in your path. Like, here's this sign, here's that sign, here's this number, here's this job, here's this house, whatever it is. The universe has been laying all of this out. Like, here's all of this amazing shit, Katherine, all of the things you asked for, and I'm going to show it all to you and what it looks like. So it gets you more motivated, right? Well, the problem is when we get motivated to make a big change, that also comes with a very healthy dose of isolation. And when it comes with a really healthy dose of isolation, two things happen. One, we find out that if we're not giving time to toxic relationships, that we have more time to focus on ourselves, to focus on our direction, to focus on our goals, our dreams, our drive, where we're going. We have more energy, more of our good energy to put into where we're going and why we want to go there. The bad part is that some people don't understand that. They take your isolation as you being mad at them, or they did something wrong, or whatever. And usually they did. They're usually the toxic motherfucker that you're trying to get away from. But that's beside the point. So your isolation is going to come with like a two-pronged thing. And this is going to start getting more and more and more. And this is probably over the next couple of months. Okay. So this direction, the universe is going to continue to show you, like, here's this, here's this, here's this. All you got to do is this, this, this. Like, it's going to continue to show you all of that. Okay. So when that happens, you're going to isolate yourself. And the more you start to kind of isolate yourself, the more the toxic people are going to get irritated because they're dicks. They're going to get irritated at you. And they're going to show you exactly who they are and why they are the toxic fuckers that you're distancing yourself from. Towards the end of this next 2 months, you're going to have a big upheaval. The universe always brings a stupid upheaval when it's just about time for other things to come in. This stupid upheaval is usually something ridiculous like losing your fucking job, or somebody steals your car, or I don't know, your relationship breaks up. You have to move. Your landlord sold your house after something stupid. Like the universe always does this upheaval in a way where when you explain it to people, you're like, seriously, this is what happened. Like, seriously, this is what happened. I don't know what's going on, but they keep on showing you. They keep on doing it. The universe keeps on being like, here's this, here's this, here's this. So just know that this upheaval is coming. This upheaval is coming, Katherine. About 2 months, right at the end of that second month. So March, end of March. I want you to keep note of all of these fuckers that took your isolation and you working on you as something bad. I want you to notice all of the things that were pulled out of your life because of toxic people, okay? Because here's the thing. Once this upheaval happens and you land on your feet, you dust all the dust off and you get back up, guess what? You're going to find that the universe is like, okay, I removed all of that toxic waste over there. And now here's this glorious new shit. And it's not going to be too long. And you're going to be doing like all the great shit. All this good shit is going to start coming in. Guess who's going to come back out of the woodwork? The toxic ass motherfuckers. Girl, I swear, Katherine, if you don't have the balls to tell them to keep fucking off all the way around the sun and then continue on past Jupiter, you and me need to have a talk, because all of these toxic fucks are going to come right back in. It's just like when people win the lottery and suddenly they have all of these second cousins that need help, just like that. That's exactly what it's going to be like. I just want you to know. So make sure you take note of all of the people that take off after you decide to start focusing on you. And enjoy this. Enjoy this abundance. Enjoy all the fun that comes with it. Enjoy all of the happiness and the security and everything that you've worked on and that you've needed for so long, Katherine, my friend. I'm just saying. Fuck those other people. Fuck those other people. What's up, Josh? How are you? Good, I'm glad. Jacob, I know you're over there on YouTube. I have Jacob and Lisha. Let's see if that's the end of my list. I think that is the end of my list. Yes, it is. End of my list. Chicka, chicka, chicka. Fix that. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Da, da, da. All right. Ready, Jacob? Good evening over there in the UK. Sacred space, teamwork, memory, and soar. Okay. I want to point out something specific in these. So you have sacred space, and I want you to notice all of the flowers, the white flowers on the bottom. Then you have teamwork, and I want you to notice that it shifts to red. Then you have memory, And I want you to notice that it stays red. And I want you to notice the house is up here as well. And then you have soar. And I want you to notice that it shifts back to white. So let's talk about this one right here. I know that you're really delving down your spiritual path and your physical path. Like, I know that you're back in school. I know that are they lilies? No, these are like blossoms in a tree. The red ones are like poppies. Yeah, these are like blossoms in a tree. So I know that you're delving down your path. You're finding out who you are, and I mean, you're full on in it. You're not willing to take a break. You're not pausing. You're not stopping. You're moving forward. I know you're moving forward with your spiritual self. I know that you're learning, that you're doing all the things you need to do, and you just can't get enough of learning, of soaking stuff in your brain. And at the same time, I know that you're also in school, and I know that you're moving towards this really intense goal. I know that you and I talked a little bit, like you're a smart cookie, like you're a smart cookie, and you're getting into an industry that there will always be job security in, but it also takes a lot of brains to be in there. It's a lot. But what I love, and I want to point this out to you, and I kind of want to point this out to everyone because I'm a nerd, but specifically to you, Jacob, because of what you're studying, I highly, highly would advise you to fall down the rabbit hole of quantum physics. I don't mean take a ton of like expensive, crazy classes, but literally fall down the rabbit hole on YouTube about what different kinds of quantum physics are out there, what different kinds, or not different kinds, excuse me, what different types of videos, shows, etc. Because quantum mechanics is another name for miracles. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics is another name for spirituality. It's another name for coincidence. It's all kinds of stuff, but it's being explained scientifically. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, quantum immortality, quantum entanglement, all of those things literally are hand in hand with spirituality. You barely scratch the surface, and it's always intriguing you. So with what you're studying, especially with what you're studying and what you're wanting to get into, I think that this would be a really good path for you to delve down. And I don't know if they offer a class that you can take that fits in with your degree plan or not. There is I can't remember the name of it. There's a documentary on Netflix all about infinity, and that drives me up the wall because I just literally saw it the other day. It's really good. It's really good. It's really eye-opening. Also, just with what you told me that you're studying and where you want to go with it, I would also get really familiar with the slit experiment, because that one right there fascinates me. Quantum entanglement also fascinates me. Everything that has to do with quantum physics you're going to see the parallels between what you're doing as far as your classes and what you're studying and your spiritual path. Some people their brains are programmed very, very logically, scientifically, very specifically. And so they fall more into the quantum spirituality, the quantum healing, and so on, the frequencies, the binaural beats, like all of those things, than they do with the more mystical, if that makes sense. Let's talk about this next card, which is the teamwork card. I have a feeling that you're not really a person that works in a team a lot. You would rather knuckle down and do the thing yourself and learn and so on. But you're going to come across people when you start delving down the quantum aspects of things, and just people in general when you're in college, like it just comes with the territory. You're going to come across some people that are going to form a very interesting team. And I want to make sure that when that pops up and they bring you into the fold, that you wholeheartedly jump on that. Because if you notice this teamwork right here, this is a whole bunch of crows fending off a hawk. I have seen firsthand what a hawk can do to a raven's nest, and it's really, really sad. So we all need more raven friends. We all need more crow friends, because when this happens, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. So a trip to infinity. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when this team pops up, and I think that they probably are already kind of on your radar a little bit, but they're not completely in your realm. Does that make sense? They're on your radar. You've heard about it. You've heard about this group, but you haven't like made the conscious effort to go to a meeting or a group or whatever yet. Do so. Do so. Start getting involved, because see how this card's dark, this card's dark, this card's kind of, well, it's not showing up very well. It's dark, but it's really light at the top. But this one, however, is really fucking bright. Notice that? Notice how it stands out? Just saying. There is a specific reason why that particular group has been pinging your interest. These are kind of all kind of separate things, but they coincide together. I just completely got everything all up. With your sacred space, you need to make a sacred space. You need to make a sacred space for you if you haven't already. I'm sure you probably have already started working on it, but double down. You need a sacred space just for you. This aspect right here of memory. Shadow work is a thing, and it's a thing that we all go through, especially when we're on our spiritual path. And I'm not going to lie, like it's hard and it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid because we all learn shit about ourselves suddenly that we're like, I don't like that. Then that was stupid and it hurt and I don't like it. But it happens and it's a thing. So there's going to be a lot of memories that pop up. Struggling on that. Gotcha. There's going to be a lot of things that pop up that they're going to require you to really face some traumas and some hardships and some heartaches that have popped up. And I feel, why did I say popped up again? I don't know. I feel like I need to point out the two red houses back here, not just the people, but the two red houses back there. Whatever this is, you need to just face it head on. It's going to take you a little bit to get through it, but you need to face it head on, especially when it pops up. And the reason that I say that, and probably the reason that this card is popping up, is because anytime you start to delve down your spiritual path, anytime at all that you start to push forward, something happens. Some stupid ass fucking memory pops up, some stupid ass reminder, some person from our past, whatever. It's going to happen. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. So you want to make sure that you're ready for it. I don't know what the houses represent specifically to you, but apparently, hopefully it makes sense to you, because I felt like I needed to specifically pick those out. All three of these things right here. Didn't mean to hit my own funny bone. All three of these things right here are ingredients that go into this. Had a memory resurface about a year ago from that. Gotcha. All of those things go into this. And this is the soar card. Okay. What's so great about this? You didn't see that? I want to pull this card back up. Having a team, having your sacred space. And here's the thing, you don't have to have your own house. You don't have to have some big mansion. You don't have to have this big old backyard to have a sacred space. It can literally just be a corner of your room. Okay? It can literally just be a corner of your room. Even this memory, all of these are fuel for you to take off, to get off the ground, to get going, to get running with it. I'm going to highly recommend that this coming summer, you get really involved with some groups and some things like that. And then also see if you can't find either start looking for an internship. Let me say that. Start looking for an internship. Start looking for a job in the area that you're going into. Start getting in front of everybody now. Start making sure that every single thing that you're doing is part of this launching pad. And it may take you a while because I know sometimes internships are hard to come by. You're setting yourself up over this semester to completely take off and be in a whole other stratosphere of being and of existing and of learning, both spiritually and physically. This semester is really, really important. It's really, really important. Okay. Does that make sense? Currently doing IT there at the college. I love it. I love it. I love it. You are so welcome, Jacob. You are so welcome. Miss Lisha is my last one. I know she's over here on the TikTok. There she is. How are you? How are you? I saw you live. It was like last week, I think, and I was in a hurry doing something. I didn't get to pop in. You are so funny. You are so funny. Haven't turned them over yet. All right. Release, dominance, anomaly, trickery. Why does the trickery card keep popping up today? What the fuck? Okay. So you have release, you have dominance, you have anomaly, and then trickery. All right. Yours is a little different because this release, I don't feel like you need to release. You need to do. I don't feel like that's the thing. I feel like you have been doing a ton of releasing. You have been letting go of so much shit and so much baggage and so much things, many things that just have been, it's almost like they've been little hooks in your clothes and they've just been weighing your clothes down, weighing you down. Little teeny tiny things. I think that you let go of all the big things already. Like you cut those motherfuckers off. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Bye. But all these little things, they were just little bitty shit hanging all over you. What's up, Lando? Like literally all I envision are these little hooks hanging all over your clothes. And every little hook weighed 5 pounds. So you're just taking them off. I feel like you've already done an insane, awesome amount of release. And in case no one's told you, I'm really proud of you for that because releasing a bunch of shit, letting go of stuff, letting go of baggage, it's really hard. I know what you do for a living, and you know this. It's really, really hard. And I know that you uplift everybody else. And I know that you moved to Florida. Congratulations. I know that, it's really funny. Like I wish that we were closer, because I feel like I just need to hug your neck really bad right now. I don't know if anybody is telling you how proud they are of you. I don't know if anybody is telling you how much you matter and how you have set so many other people on the path that they need to be on. You truly are an awesome person, and you truly are a light in the world. And for you to finally let go of this and shed all of this stuff has been something that has been a long time coming. And what I love about it is that you're currently here. You're currently here. Gotcha. You're currently here in this dominance phase. So let me tell you what happens in this dominance phase. Because when we hit this dominance phase, especially, unfortunately, as a woman, we suddenly become intimidating. I can't roll my eyes big enough for that. We suddenly become intimidating if we're a dominant person, if we're a dominant personality. I don't think you're in a blind spot. I think, well, let's just talk. Dominance comes in the form of knowing exactly what we want and knowing exactly what we don't want. And when we know exactly what we don't want, it's so much easier to stand on top of that and then look at our list of the things that we do want. And when we look at our things that we do want, we soften that list a little bit. It's really funny because we have this list now of don't want, don't want, don't want, don't want, don't, like all this, like hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, deal breaker, deal breaker, deal breaker, deal breaker. That's really hard to say fast, by the way. So when we are standing on top of those and we're looking all out around everything else, we start to think, I know I said I wanted this, but I might be willing to compromise on that. I know that I wanted this, but it doesn't have to be that color. Do you see what I'm saying? We start to kind of look at the things that we do want, the things that we thought we were headed toward, and we start to realize that we might be okay with compromising a little bit. And then there are other things, let me hold this back up. And then there are other things that we absolutely refuse to back down on. The dominance that pops up when we release so much manifests in some crazy, weird ways. And sometimes it's self-isolation. Sometimes it is changing the way we look completely, the way we dress, etc. Sometimes it is making sure that we're noticed. And I don't mean like acting out or whatever, but it may be in wearing different clothes. It may be in changing your hair or whatever. Physical appearance. We start to stand taller. We start to be bigger. And we start to get told that we're intimidating. You're interesting in that this anomaly card right here. This is you. You just haven't realized it yet. It's not a person. It's not a thing. It's not a place. It's not a way of being. It's not a class. It's not an offering. It's not anything. It's just you. You are an anomaly, and a brilliant anomaly at that. I'm actually going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it like that. And here's why. I don't know what area of Florida you moved to or what side of Florida you're in, but I love Florida. I'm a big Gulf of Mexico side person. The Atlantic side, not so much. But the one time that I got to spend time on the Atlantic side was an interesting epiphany weekend for me. An interesting epiphany weekend for me. And it's funny, but just sitting there in the sand and watching the waves. It was a shitty day. It wasn't even a good day to be at the beach. The whole weekend was shitty. Didn't get to swim or nothing. But just sitting there watching the waves, I had this epiphany. And it's literally like when I stood up to go back to the hotel, whatever part of me that I needed to leave on the beach was left on the beach. So if you find me on Daytona Beach out there, just leave me there. Okay. And I have a feeling that's what this card represents right here. That's why I don't want to say too much more about it. Because I don't want to taint it when it happens. The trickery card is really interesting, though, because the trickery card over here represents some very, very interesting aspects of you that are being explored. I don't think you're going to become some crazy, vixen or whatever. But when this anomaly pops up, it's going to give way to a whole other breakthrough in where you've been, why you've been there, and where you're going and why you're going there. And remember when I said over here with the dominance card that we tend to stand when we really have had enough and we know exactly what it is that we don't fucking want anymore. And we stand on that hill. We start to see things in a whole different light. And some of it is this trickery. I want to pose a question to you, and I'm gonna I'm gonna let we can talk later. If I were your client and I was sitting in front of you and I was recounting my life story, this is the first time you've met me, okay? And I am telling you, and this is hypothetical, okay? I'm not saying that this is you, but like this is hypothetical. But if I was sitting in front of you and I was telling you about all these people and these situations in my life, and very quickly you see that the common denominator is me. The common denominator is that either I have a problem with commitment, or I have a problem, I specifically like one kind of guy, or I keep getting into toxic jobs or whatever. But everything I tell you, you're like, yeah, saw that coming. Yeah. Yeah. Like every single thing I say, I can't see it, but it's so obvious to you. How would you handle telling that person in a very professional way that either their behavior or the trauma from trying to please a dad that left when they were 2 is why they like guys like that, or the reason that they keep getting into toxic bosses, or whatever it is? And I don't want you to focus on one specific scenario. I want you to focus on how would you professionally diagnose, tell someone, etc., like Sweetie, it's you. It's you. And I'm not saying it's you. I want you to think about that, and you'll realize why. I think it'll hit you in a couple of days. You'll realize why. And then I want you to think about that release card and all of the little things you've been taken off. I think that everything you have studied in your life up to this point has been twofold. It's been to heal yourself. It's been to heal other people. I think that everything you've done and accomplished here on TikTok and with the community that you have and so on has been for reasons beyond what you realize. I think that everything you have done on TikTok has been like that very first year of college. Like that very first year of college where you realize that suddenly you have freedom and suddenly you have all kinds of crazy, interesting things going on. And suddenly you can go where the fuck you want and you can leave the light on all night if you want to, or you can get up and eat a cookie for breakfast or whatever. That first little bit of freedom. I think that this summer, this spring and this summer are going to be a rocket ship for you. And I think when you have that epiphany of why you are the anomaly, it's going to open up a whole new avenue of where you're supposed to be. I know all of that was very, I don't want to say vague, but very, I just want you to promise me that you'll message me when this epiphany happens. I just want you to promise me that you'll message me when this epiphany happens. Be dominant. Be dominant right now. Be the badass Lisha that, seriously, like channel your inner Kill Bill, your inner Charlie's Angels. That anomaly, the anomaly that you are, is going to pop up and it is going to, it's going to catapult you forward, girl. I think that Florida is the perfect place for you. Gotcha. I think that Florida is the perfect place for you. I think that you made a wonderful decision. I think that you made a wonderful decision. I think it's exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Just saying. Just saying. I'm glad you got in on my list too. Because I think that, and now it's snowing there and warm in Alaska. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I talked to my son in up by Seattle earlier. It's warm and there's green grass. And I'm like, what the it's like 5 degrees here. It's stupid. So, well, YouTube, I'm going to let you guys go up there. And I will see you guys tomorrow and the next day. And I think the next day and the next day and the next day. But yeah, I will see you guys later. For those of you guys that do subscribe to me up there on YouTube, for those of you guys that are members, just know that there will be some vlogs coming out this week. You're welcome in advance, I think. All right. I'll see you guys later. Maybe it won't let me do anything. I hit end and it was like, no, we don't need to go anywhere.